to the audience, bro.
Yes. Jetblade, Armstrong, TH, what's up? Ahota? Madib,
GM.
Crash, GM, everybody.
What's up, Crash? Neo, my brother in Iris. Man, Neo did some great hosting during the tournament this weekend.
Fantastic.
Yes. Ahota, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
GM Jose,
MGM.
how's it going, brother?
All good, all good.
Nice. Tom, you posting the reminder for people to join?
Yeah. Got you, bro.
Cool. Nice to see your pretty face, Jose.
Thank you, bro. You are my inspiration, Santi. Trying to get my hair to look like yours.
Well, my hairline is regressing a little bit, so I wouldn't take myself as inspiration.
It looks great.
But yeah. Thank you, bro. GM Shaddix, E-Slicer, how's it going? What's everybody drinking today? I'm getting a classic cup of coffee. Good old brew for the brew.
Just water for me today.
Just water?
Need to keep the focus.
Oh, coffee helps with that. Zbikul is
What-
having a beer?
Wait, did I miss our drinks? Did I miss our drinks? Hold on.
Yeah, you.
Listen,
Back to the
alright.
basics.
Yeah. Listen, I had last week. I was thinking to myself, man, I'm gonna stop drinking energy drinks. Didn't get far.
1
It is what
week.
it is. Made it about a week.
1 week.
Made it about a
It
week.
is something. It is something. But yeah, 1 week of health.
Mm-hmm. My body
Yeah.
was saying thank you so much, and then I
It bought
said,
Dominic an entirely extra 5 minutes of life.
Extra 5 minutes.
Of lifespan. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 week is 1 week. That's true. You gotta start somewhere. True, Shaddix. True. GM Bob, Torinder, CNET, GMs. So I think we can get started here. Let's get Blake on stage. As always, we will do the noteworthy news first. But today we will be talking about level design.
Howdy,
so
y'all.
let us... Hey, Blake.
"What's up, Mike?"
Nice to
Blake.
have you on stage, my friend.
Going on?
How are you doing?
Doing good. Doing great, actually. Never better.
Nice to hear, man.
That's great to hear. Let's see if you have the priority speaker role so you can... You don't. Now you should have it, so you can turn camera on and screen share and all that.
Rock and roll.
Beautiful.
Here we go.
I too aspire to have such a nice hairline as yourself. Otherwise, I wouldn't be wearing a hat.
Oh man. But yeah, we'll have Blake today, of course, on stage, and we will be talking about level design. So we are going to be chatting about the different maps that we have, the racetracks. We'll be looking into the past for some of the maps that we have live, like Paisul's Arena and also Gateway, and showing some very early stage concepts of an upcoming racing track that I think you guys are going to like it. Also, Blake said that he has some surprises that I literally don't know, so I'll find out live together with you guys. I don't think Dom and Jose know either, so we'll have some live surprises. But yeah, I don't know, like if you have any spoilers for what that is or what the
It's
community can
nothing
expect.
too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Don't get too
Let's
hyped
hype it
up
up.
about it.
No, let's hype it up.
Okay,
Let's
okay,
hype it
okay.
up. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Look.
But yeah, we have a lot to cover today. But as always, we'll start with some noteworthy news for today. So, first of all, I think Iris Quest is definitely the noteworthy news from the weekend, where, dude, 10 teams competed, more than 50 players competed as well, all in Paisul's Arena Surge. Congratulations again to Coexist for the win, and to the whole community, to the whole Stratus community for organizing and putting this together. It's been truly an unforgettable moment, I think, for the community and for Star Atlas as a whole. So, congrats again to Coexist, and I'll post in the chat the summary, the highlights that Falco put together. I think that's like a must watch in my opinion if you're interested in Star Atlas and what happened during that tournament. It was fantastic, and yeah, I'm happy for how the Dyson Sphere performed. I think some people didn't have the faith that Automata will make it to the finals. We almost won it as well. We almost won it. We want
Close. It was close.
we want the rematch.
Yeah.
Turning different hosts, I would say. We'll get it. We will get our rematch. Coexist. Don't keep practicing.
Yeah.
Keep practicing.
I'll tell the Coexist guys that they have unlocked the next team of Automata. Next time, Santi and I are going to play. So you guys have won the privilege to play against
Screwed. They're screwed.
the actual first team in Automata. That's it.
Yeah. You guys are dead. Exactly.
You were in this
Nah,
right.
but jokes aside, the Dyson Sphere team do it. Dick, James, Shaddix, Dom, Swags.
Legends. Yeah, they
Proud
played
of you
really
guys.
well.
Proud of you guys.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Massive shout out to Chimera as well for being the main organizers. Fantastic job. It was super enjoyable. So shout out to Chimera as well. And Neo, our host. Neo the face paint, bro. That was so cool. And if you didn't watch the beginning of the tournament, where
was
Neo
so
was doing all the introductions, you're missing out on a masterpiece of content. Like,
Yes.
each team had its own presentation with different songs and everything. So it was just fantastic.
It was super cool.
Torinder, there's no Nera Alone code today. I know you're kind of used to that, but nothing for today, my brother. But yeah, other than that, another event that we will be introducing, not Automata officially, but the community wants to run, is a poker night. And if you're interested in participating in the poker night hosted by Nash, you can apply, or I don't know if apply is the right word, but you can submit the form and let him know when you're available so he can pick the best date and time for everyone in the community to participate. Dominic Bain is going to be posting the form right now. So in case you're interested in a poker tournament, Nash will be hosting one for the Stratus community. So I encourage everyone to go fill the form.
Yeah, and Nash is a in real life friend of mine, so he is trusted. If anyone has, if that would be a reason why you would not sign up, I do trust him very much so to run this tournament. So if you are interested in joining a poker tournament, because I know a lot of people have said that they are in the past, then I definitely recommend signing up. Nash is actually a poker dealer in real life, so he knows a lot about poker, and he's super fun. And I think you'll have a good time. So give it a shot.
Yeah, should be fun. Another event happening this week is the monthly Builders Hour. So this is a new event that we're introducing for the community. So that's happening tomorrow at the Brew Time. We were doing this together before with the Galia Business Association and people that are in the community kitchen server, but we decided to move it to the main server for just in case anyone is building something that we're not aware of and that they need help. So if you're using the Stratos build program, you're trying to put together a business, if you're developing something as well using the Stratos programs, highly encourage you to join tomorrow. We would also have engineers from our team join. So if you're building something, you're stuck in, you don't know how to progress with the code you're writing, or you have technical questions, there's also going to be a possibility for that. So highly encourage anyone to join. If you're also thinking about putting together a business or starting something in the Stratos community, definitely join this event, because we also have the Galia Business Association and the community paying attention to the event. So yeah, you can mark us interested in the event link that I posted in the chat, and so you get the ping for when it starts. It's tomorrow at the brew time, and it's going to be super casual, nothing fancy, but direct communication between Automata and community builders, basically. That's the whole objective for that event. So highly encourage anyone to join that one. And then on Friday, we'll have the Galia Games Night, as always. Also, I'll try to find the link very quick and send it in the chat. But we will have, as always, the Galia Game Night. It's morning for some people in the United States, so maybe it's not it's not really night for some people. But basically, we start some servers in the UE5 game, and we all play together. So mark us interested now in the chat, because tomorrow we will be playing, on Friday, we'll be playing probably some gun games, some search. So highly encourage anyone to join. And yeah, lobbies will be open at that time. So yeah, make sure to join that one as well. Then another thing, staying on the events topic, the Solana grants writing team is creating a new working group. This is coming from the community, and with the objective of enhancing some of the DAO activities. So Bohemian and Lancer have put together a group that is called the Solana Grants Writing Team, with the objective of expanding Staratless businesses into the Solana community. So I'm guessing tomorrow we will be talking about that during the Builder Hour. But in case you're interested in participating in that, you can reach out to Bohemian or to Lancer for this committee-run event as well. So I think that covers on events almost everything, except for one thing that is upcoming.
One important thing, Santi.
There is one important thing
tradition.
that is upcoming.
A tradition, a legacy, a ritual.
Mm-hmm. We didn't have one of these. When was the last one? December?
I lost track.
When was the last one? Oh my gosh. I don't even know, actually. It's been a while, for sure. February, maybe?
I think, yeah. It's been a while. But yeah, this is effectively an announcement of an announcement, because tomorrow we'll be announcing a town hall date. And it's going to be an action-packed town hall. Lots of information. It's going to be a long town hall for sure. We'll get, I don't want to spoil things now, but it's one where you want to have your notebook close to you. Pen and paper. Ready. Pen and paper. Because we're going to be getting into details. Really into details on a bunch of things. So it's mostly an information sharing town hall. So yeah. Pen and paper.
Steady.
Pen and paper.
Steady.
Yes.
I don't know. We have Swagner in the chat. Maybe he can drop a comment of how he feels about this town hall. Not to put our CEO on the spot, but
man,
I'm sure
you unlock the floodgates.
Not tomorrow.
No. We didn't say that.
Jesus.
Not true. Not true.
Not true.
Fake news.
Yeah. Fake news. But yeah, we will. It's going to be a big one for sure. Not going to say anything else, but definitely one that you guys will want to chime in. See for lunch
here we
tomorrow.
go.
No way.
What have I done?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, stay tuned for that announcement. That is going to be coming tomorrow. The exact date. So classic announcement of an announcement, guys. I'm sorry, we had to do it.
Classic.
Sometimes.
It's classic.
Sometimes we need to do it. But yeah.
Always back to the classics.
Mm-hmm. Did we cover everything, guys? Am I missing anything before we get on the main topic for today?
I think we're good, bro.
I saw one thing actually when I was navigating on X today, and it is that Atom seems to be working and on the scanning functionalities for their automation tool. I just saw this on X before the brew. I haven't even talked to the Atom team, but I saw it on X, and they're working on the scan functionalities for Sage and in their automation tool. I have, again, no clue how that's going to work or anything, but I like the announcement.
This is really cool. This is really cool, yeah.
I wanted to give it a shout out as well, because these guys are building a lot for the Stratus community, so yeah.
Legends.
Looks really cool.
It's looking good, for sure. For sure. But yeah, I think that covers everything. So we can move to the main topic. Blake, I hope you're ready.
I am ready.
Maris.
Yeah, I don't know if my camera got turned off or something.
You're good, you're good.
I think your camera's black for me.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Hang on 1 second.
Classic. When we try to do things live.
Decided to have a mind of its own. Okay. Sorry for the delay. Hold on now.
You're good, man. I can tell a joke. Let me see. Hold on.
We're in it.
Good.
We're in it. There we go. There we go.
Oh no, we're good. Thank God.
I know.
Thank God.
Save everyone from that joke there. Yeah, I guess let's get started. Where would you all like to start right now? Do we want to start in the past or in the present?
Oh man, I think we can start from the past, right?
Okay, yeah, let's do it. So, like, I'm sure most of the people here are familiar with where we're at right now in terms of the map Paizul. So let me just go over a few things that we were doing in the past and just how many different iterations we've done of that map. And keep in mind, this isn't everything either. This is just like a few examples that I was able to kind of scrounge up from our chats and everything over the past here. So this is Paizul. This is the first iteration of it ever. As you can see, it's just the Colosseum and then some grandstands, which it's very blocky and very just very much to get the scale down, so you can just run around it, even just a little bit at this point. And then so it's gone over. Here's some more iterations that we were doing, which is almost like a terrarium or something inside of here. It was supposed to be like a section of the city was taken out and put into the Colosseum. So you can see like some of the town here, and there's like a building here and another building. And it was kind of just like you were fighting in like a little section of the town. And then this is another version with the same sort of concept as well. And then that very early version there. And then here's another sort of iteration that we were kind of playing with of just more natural. And eventually, if anyone's like familiar with Oni CSS right now, this is vaguely the dome. It's a different iteration of this, but very similar to this dome is in there right now. And so we were working with that one, and we started with this other interior, which is a little bit. Actually, it's very different than what we were working with before, and like none of it's very reminiscent of sort of the like Stogmian architecture or anything. It's not very Roman or Italian at all. It's very sci-fi, very blocky. And while it was cool and was a lot of fun, we kind of like decided to go away from that route. And we started to go more towards making it like a sort of rundown battle arena, which is kind of what it is now. But this is just very much a lot more natural. And here there was like a cave behind this waterfall, which I thought was really neat. And you could like run up these sort of fallen ruins. And then here, this is the cave, which you could jump down and jetpack back out of, and there were secret passageways to get in it. And then this is kind of where the small surprises that I didn't show you guys yesterday. We were chatting this was actually in the walls. So the walls of the Colosseum, instead of having these openings here, they used to be hollow. And they used to have these like little secret passageways. And this is supposed to be like just sort of like driftwood, broken wood, in like a sewer area, and you could crawl through the sewer. And then what was really neat is we didn't get a chance to like finish it all the way through, but this pipe right here leads into this jail cell, which is like a holding cell for like the Colosseum, and like the Romans Colosseums had these like holding cells that you'd be let out to go fight. And so you could actually crawl through here, or if you're a Punab, you could just run through here. And you could kind of like navigate through the halls as like a secret way. Now, one of the problems that we had with this was it was really hard to like find each other, because there was just so many little nooks and crannies and just surface area in general. This really does open up the surface area a lot. So, and it kind of it's going out of like the art style that we ended up with for most of our combat arenas anyway, which is more of like the ramps and really plays into the way that the characters move and flow with the jetpacks and the sliding, and making it more of that like skateboard park feel that we kind of have right now, where this is a lot more sort of like nitty gritty. And then in here as well. So before, when you'd walk from the spawns, how you walk through the spawns now, it's just like kind of a big opening, and you can go straight into the center. Before, this was the second level. So you would walk into that front hallway there, and then there would be a ledge that you could jump up on the ledge. And so you jump up on this little bit here, and there was an elevator, which was kind of a broken elevator. And before, it would take you up to the top of like the keyhole, which let me just like kind of better show what I'm trying to explain here. So before, it would drop you in here, and then the elevator would take you up to the top of the keyhole here, which is where this window is. And then you can see like the sniper was up here, and it was like a TV booth. So you got the TV camera there. So yeah, we like really went into like heavy detail on this block out. But yeah, and here's like the inside of the elevator, and you can jump up through the top of the vent, like James Bond style. And then you have like the glow sticks here on top of the elevator, which this is where you end up coming out of this broken door up into like sort of the TV broadcasting booth. But yeah, that was all just getting like way too far into it, and then we started to go with more of like this,
like
sort of like.
I have a question here.
Sure. Yeah.
Where I'm personally curious, like on the process and how you guys iterate. What is the decision driver for like not doing something like what you were showing before with the elevators and all that? Is it like because of the complexity of doing it? Is it because of the gameplay feel? What makes one thing be prioritized or removed from a map creation? That's something I'm really curious about.
A little bit of both. Well, actually, like a lot of both. Is we didn't want players to get too stuck in these areas that are like these hidden zones, to where you can just get lost in the map and never see anyone. So that was like one big sort of like consideration. And as well, this is getting into just like too much of the nitty gritty. Like this is almost like more of like a single player game of like kind of how this was being laid out, of like there could be a mission that this could be throughout the Colosseum, or like a James Bond type of thing. So it's almost like building a different game in a sense, and then leaning more in towards like the arcade feel, or like just that sort of like old school like frag shooter, and like this was getting way too far away from that, to where just the blockout style alone, just the level design style, not even the art, was like really getting too far away from what we were kind of after, and where Gateway ended up, which is much more arcadey with the ramps and just the way that you navigate through is like, I always kind of harken back to like that skateboard park feel, because we have that such a strong sliding mechanic that I like really like to emphasize that. And then just the jetpacks, of course, as well, and the way you navigate is very fast, and kind of getting everyone into this like bowl to where they fight and you can see everyone is a lot more fun than kind of like running through the walls and wondering where everyone is, even though it looked really cool. And then, of course, the art to like art all this up was definitely getting to be far too complex and too many like assets, to where it starts to like scope creep a little bit. And so, yeah, there's like a number of factors, and then just general like leadership direction as well. Following that and making sure that we're hitting those goals too. So that's why we kind of started to move towards this, which is just very much an arena built for shooting. That's like a sci-fi futuristic battle death arena, basically, where the only goal is for you to get in here and fight as quickly as possible. So you can see, like, this is the first iterations of the new style, which is a bit more blocky, a bit more edgy, still kind of has that natural look to it, which we eventually just went fully away from the natural look. And this even still has a little bit of it as well, and different interior for the bottom of the center. And then this is like, yeah, getting closer to the final, which now we take it from there and like all these different iterations, and now it's becoming more like this, where it starts to get arted up. Yeah, we're using like high fidelity assets. The waterfalls start to come in. This isn't even the latest pictures. I actually have it open on my editor. I'm about to bring that up real quick. And this is the center now. So currently it has a pass going on to where it's being taken from, even though it looks like it's pretty high fidelity already, we're still going to be putting more art into it as well. So like different trees, and then more sort of detail into like pots and plants, and we added in really cool force fields that I like. I think those are really neat. And then just more high fidelity assets, some moss, and just little detail, and adding in that wear and tear of making it look alive and lived in. Which you can see here now. It's like, this is actually, even though it looks like it's the same assets, the same shape, it's a completely different asset than the one that we were using here. So really neat to see that process happen and be part of that process. It takes a lot of people, a lot of communication, and a lot of just talking to get it to this point. And yeah, it's incredibly enjoyable and fulfilling to be a part of that. And then, so yeah, and like
Idols Arena is an instant classic for me, by the way. I've said it a few times, but everyone just seems to kind of gravitate towards this map, and it gives me kind of like Rust from Modern Warfare 2, or Nuketown from Black Ops vibes, or Rust from CSGO. Like, it just gives me classic map vibes, Like, I love this map. I keep going to it. I'm actually, I know you kind of touched on it a bit, but I am interested in, like, so you're saying like the next pass of this would be adding the little details of like cracks, wear and tear, moss, and stuff like that. And is there anything else that is being added to a final pass, or what is a final pass all encompass? What does it have all together with it? That's what I'm mostly curious about, because when I look at this map right now, in my eyes, I'm like, this is sick as hell. But in your guys' eyes, maybe you guys feel a little different, like, oh, we need details on all these little things, or we need X, Y, and Z. So I'm curious on your thought process there.
I mean, it definitely starts to like get out of my discipline to give you like a very accurate answer, because I'm not even like 100% sure, how far they're taking it, because right now it's fully in the artist's hands and tech art as well. So I've actually moved on to a different project at the moment. But yeah, and it's just like little details like the moss and cracks and just making sure that the colors are high and tight and everything, and performance as well. So yeah, there's a long list of stuff, and you can kind of you can really take it as far as you can possibly like imagine. It can honestly be in development forever. It's like finding a stopping point, really, of what we're happy with, and like a final sort of benchmark for the rest of the levels to be at. So yeah, I'm trying to think off the top of my head exactly what was one of the things that needed to be updated, but I can't think of it at the moment. Oh yeah, out here, I mean, we're going to be doing like all of these HABs are going to be updated to be like the full fidelity HABs. So that'll be something different as well, just background assets and different things like that, and different performing cliffs in terms of just like levels of detail and stuff. Yeah, and just making sure that every little tech box is done in terms of performance as well. So get a pretty map that runs well.
I wasn't even thinking about the optimization standpoint as well. Yeah, that's very important too. Yeah, this looks incredible. This looks so good.
Yeah, it's cool also to I from my end, and I think the community will probably think the same. Like to just look at it now with you, Blake, and seeing how it looked like in the beginning, and how it could have been. You know, like the different possibilities where the team could have taken it to where it reached now, and even that map there was a whole tournament this weekend in that map.
Yeah,
so it's
pretty wild.
It's crazy.
It could have been this map.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. Could have been that. But I think it's cool for the community also. And guys, please tell me in the chat if you agree. But to be able to see the process together with us, like this is literally a look behind the curtains and how it started, different approaches that the team took, and how decisions were made as well, like on why this or why that, or why Blake, Chip, and team decided to take a specific direction with it, and how it ended up, which, as Dom is saying, I think it's definitely a classic at this point. Like, for me, it's the best map we have. So
it's an instant classic for me. Yeah, I love the map.
I love to hear you guys say that. I'm very much glad that you're happy with the map because it keeps me up at night, or it did. I feel much better now that we're at this like final stage. But going through these like design iterations, you're just like constantly like in the zone. I have, just my drawing tablet, just so many pages that I'd rip off of just like ideas, and my whiteboard's like stained from ideas. And yeah, it's definitely very nice to hear you guys say that for sure. Let's see. Should we pop over to Gateway now?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
So let me just open that map real quick.
Gateway's the OG. Gateway's the OG map. The first arena map. That view is sick, Brian.
Brad was actually the OG creator of Gateway.
Brad? Wait, my dude Brad?
Yeah.
Brad
one and only.
Where's Brad at? What can't he do?
He's here. For real, he's here. The legend.
It's come a long way since then. Yeah, you get to give it a minute to load on up here.
There we go. Now we're cooking.
Oh no.
It's all right. It's okay.
Get an F
I
in the
do.
chat.
So Gateway was the theme of Gateway was kind of manufacturing spot above Aoki, right?
It's kind of just like sort of like a pass through area of like a security checkpoint. That's my understanding.
Checkpoint, yeah.
And then you like we have it so it has some cargo and stuff on it right now, and then some of the different iterations that it took as well was it had like a full on cargo crane system that like moved in and out and like up and down, and it had like a huge platform in the middle. And it was very interactive and in depth, but it's the same type of thing of like over design to where the space of the map is just like way too big, way too there's just too many nooks and too many crannies that players could easily get lost, especially like a Punab. You would never see a Punab in like some of the original drafts that we did.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, it's opening back up here.
Poor Punabs. Map was not Punab friendly.
Oh man, I actually had so much fun making like the Punab habs. So I'll share a little bit of that as well. So hopefully we can get through this.
He drops off like that, Santi, bro.
You can see all the, like the bounding boxes and the kill zones and all the little behind the scenes stuff that goes on. She's pretty, man.
Is it loading? Is the stream loading for anyone? It's not loading for me, so I just want to double check.
Oh, is it not
working?
It's
loading for me.
Okay, if it's loading for... Oh, it's not working for other people. Can you try turning it off and back on again? Like?
Yeah, sure.
Man, Punabs are receiving some hate in the chat. Oh my god.
Yeah, stop hating on Punabs. Stop hating on Punabs and start hating on shotgun players. There you go. That's what we should be doing.
Yeah, she's pretty, man. Very, very cool.
This map is very pretty. Like, super pretty. This map is actually really cool. It is actually really cool. Oh, I have actually never seen it far out. This is cool as hell.
This is the gateway. So you're like supposed to go through here like it's a shield, and this is like the opening for like air traffic control for you to get down to the planet.
Oh my gosh. Yo.
Yeah. In the lore, it's called the Visus Belt. It's like a shield that defends the whole Aoki. The gateway is like the main piece in that defense system.
Oh my god, that's sick. That is so cool.
Yeah, I love it. Our most like recent. I'm sorry, go ahead. No, you go.
I was just gonna say, so Gateway actually had the first kind of like based off of community feedback live update to the map, and I'm interested in kind of like maybe getting your thoughts on that. And are you guys constantly looking for things like at Puzzles Arena, at Gateway, eventually at Uru? This isn't just the kind of you guys are designing the level in the moment of designing it, but afterwards when there's feedback, you guys also can go back and kind of switch things up. Does that fall under your wheelhouse, or how does that work? I'm interested in that process a little bit as well.
Yeah, actually, so like if anyone gives us like credible feedback, and we're always looking, like I'm always in those chats looking and reading the bugs and the feedback, and trying to keep up on the videos as well. But that one video made like a really good point of where it was hard to find people initially in like the original design, or not even the original because it's had so many different iterations, but the previous iteration to this current one, to where like we took the feedback, and then basically, so what I do is like I'll be the first one to go in and start digging in and tearing it apart and kind of like getting in those points and doing what I think is like the important stuff and And then kind of going from there. And like one of the big ones was this whole center area felt too secluded, and it only having like a few different entry points. So now just like opening it up, I think like everyone's really enjoyed the fact that you can just hop from here and hop on this like new lift. Because before this was kind of like a generator and it was supposed to like pop up and down out of the ground. And now it's like a cargo lift, which I think is really cool. I think plays into this whole space station a lot more as well. And then this opening here, just really gives this, it really like breaks down the surface area that you need to travel. Which, everything in like this type of design is like surface area based, of like, you don't want to have too much surface area. Even if it's a small area, you don't want to have too many different levels, because then that really just plays into, you're never going to see anyone, and people are going to get lost. So yeah, opening that up as well. And then coming in here, you have the cover now, which before there wasn't any cover. And before there was also a basement, which I don't think anyone really used the basement, at least, very often. Maybe you just pass through very quickly. And so I think that was just like another level that, it didn't really add to the map in any way. It kind of took away from it. So we decided to get rid of that altogether, and just have this be the base floor, and then open up these rooms as well. So before you had to come around these corners, and then this whole area was kind of like secluded. And then you had a basement underneath that, which is even further secluded. So yeah, just opening those areas up, I think that was just like super valid feedback. So yeah, we're always looking at feedback, and I'm usually like the first point of contact for adjusting things with approval, of course, from everyone else. And we have a discussion about it, and then Art will come in after that and like art up those LD changes. And like before, yeah, we didn't have these crates, which I think, like, I'll show you real quick what my process was for that. So this was like this is the LD version of it. So it's shapes, indications, lots of indicating. You want to indicate that this is going to be cargo crates. These are going to be the ramps. This can be open. And then as well, this is like the early indication of the cargo ramp. And you can see like the different cargo crates, and now they're actually like real cargo crates. And then back out here, it's closer to looking like a real cargo ramp, or lift, sorry. But yeah, and like these shapes and designs, like I love this style of this arcade feel of using like the geometry of the actual ground and the walls instead of props. I personally don't like props too much. I don't like it when they're overused.
Can I interrupt
and I
you real
really
quick to just restart the stream?
Sure.
Sorry, dude.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, no worries.
Man,
Yeah, my
Discord,
bad.
man, it's usually Discord that doesn't work properly.
And not you at all. Believe me.
Is it good now? Do you see it?
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. I could probably stop my camera. Might help.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we can turn off the cameras so it helps the bandwidth.
But yeah, like I really like this angled look, and I don't necessarily want to drop other games on here, but this definitely takes inspiration from some old arcade sort of sci-fi shooters. And like this generator here, which started life as this. Let's see, where's that picture? This. So just some shapes, just geometry. It's all just geometry based, yeah.
Look at that triangle.
Yep. Yeah, it's like very early center designs here, and then early sort of like the top platform, the bottom platform, and just how that flows together. And so yeah, like those shapes end up being stuff like this, and an artist will come along and be like, that's going to be, a generator and it's going to look like this. And then like our spawn area, which was another thing that we decided to kind of get rid of because you could spend too much time in here and kind of get lost. And it's like just too much surface area. You have this whole area up here where, if this was like a little bigger, it could maybe even be its own sort of like mini combat map for like 4 players. But, so it's stuff like that we're just like playing with and adjusting. That's completely blocked off right now.
I saw a comment from players saying that the spawn now in Gateway, sometimes like if the other team spawn traps you, like it's hard to get out. Like you can get hunted very fast.
Okay.
So, yeah, just as a piece of feedback from the community.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Well, I can figure out something to do with that then.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah. I'll show you what the spawn, since we're on that, looked like before. So where's the bottom? Sorry, all these are kind of out of order. This is like the bottom, so it's kind of like a locker room, like a space station sort of locker room. You got your bunk beds here, and then your lockers, and then like a little like hollow table or something there. You could run up this ramp, and this was like your exit, and it told you like which team you were, and then the color was like indicating which team you were as well. This is where you would run up. You have these like different ramps and pipes and stuff. And like this is definitely taking inspiration from another game as well. And then you have like this chill area where I was kind of thinking like, well, it'd be cool if you could just chill with your mates for a little bit before like the match started. So you have like a minute to kind of run around this like chill area and just like talk and like show off your guns and stuff and like emote to each other and chat and whatever. But now it's basically just like you just jump in and you're playing the game now. So we kind of got rid of that idea as well. And then another version of the spawn. So yeah, it's just like so many different iterations that you can do and ideas that you can play with.
Very cool.
And then that's Gateway. And then, we have Uru coming in now, and these are some of the earlier shots of Uru. This is like very, very early, and this is like you can see we have a map, and then you kind of follow the map design, and then from there you sort of start diving further into 3D and just the overall feel and playing with, breaking things and the ramps again and debris. Yeah, and this one's still very early in development, and we still have plans for changing it further. But yeah, let's see. What else would you guys like to see?
I think we can show off the racetrack, the upcoming one.
Okay, sure.
Leaks.
Yeah.
Leaks. All right, let's do it.
Just to preface that, guys, you will be seeing things and how they're looking like from scratch, basically, like from the very, very first phases. So I think it's cool to get you involved so early. But hope you appreciate it and see how, like, the process of a racetrack pretty much starts until we reach the states that you see them in.
Yeah, actually, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to open the other map. This one's a little further along. Let me get the one that's very, very early, and that shows like the first step.
You got a leak of the leak. Holy moly.
Yeah.
Leakception.
Leakception.
Yeah, so basically what this is it's like a landscape spline, and I've been just playing with different banking, width of the track, adding in ramp, different routes, adding in alternate routes, And just like I'll block off routes for myself just to try different routes through places and just different ideas. And like I'm completely filling in the rest of this with my head. So this would be like a city section, just this blocky area. So you can imagine this is like a city block, right? And you're coming up here. There's a town here. There's buildings. You got to go around. There's another building over here, and then another city block. So this just is like a city road that travels through here. And then you come out to this cliff section where you're like jumping along the cliff, and there's waterfalls, and this is all like what we call like the flats or like the swamp. All like water and sort of like dunes and trees and like rubble and kind of like getting into that, I guess, like that somewhat of the Star Wars feel where you're just like you're flying through the canyon and you're coming out and it's this huge open area for you to like race through. And then so like even though the track right now is curving here, you have this like so much free roam in this area to kind of do whatever you want. And like the same goes for over in this corner. And there's just like a lot of like using your imagination to like fill in the blanks on this process. And then other than just like going for overall feel, where you can see like there's the scale and like, yeah, it's huge. So this map is actually like, this is just a test map at the moment. So this wasn't transferred over anything, but normally you would start with just like a spline and kind of just carve it through the terrain, and then eventually it moves into like a mesh somewhat along the lines of this. And then this mesh is then taken into like another program, and then it's used like several other programs to make it look pretty and make it look like real terrain. And then go into the other map. This is what I was preparing last night. Where did it go?
Alpha.
Very early, and this was already somewhat laid out. And then I kind of just took what was already here and took the feedback from like our leads and directors on scale and banking and turns and just like adding in the other stuff because it was a different theme initially. So kind of taking what was here and making it like up to par for what we're after. And then so yeah, like this was that city section that I was mentioning where you have like the city blocks where this layout's a little different, but it's still a similar map, like from the air. It still follows that same design that other map had with just the splines. And like this is where you come out here, you have your large open swamp area that you come down this hill, and you have like a lot of area out here to play around in and fight and race each other. And if it doesn't crash for me,
Called
You
it.
jinxed it.
I did.
Uh,
2 seconds. Yeah, I definitely want to show you guys like a quick rundown of how it's playing right now because it's a lot of fun at the moment. Yeah, like let's see, get the pictures out very early on so you can see it's a completely different theme. And then taking that and just adding to it. It's like an earlier version of what it looked like the other day. You have like a ramp and you jump over this house, and then you come down through the town. It's a much smaller town. The map scale in general is like much smaller. So just bringing that scale up and then adding in like the different art that we want, different like water and like a little concept art of what we're looking at here. So yeah, it's gonna be really cool. I'm definitely excited for this to play it. Here's like a top-down map version.
Nice. Looking really cool.
So sick. So cool.
And yeah, I'm allowed to say that I was a race car driver, right?
Yeah.
So here's like a little history of your boy. So yeah, I used to race like semi-pro NASCAR, and I grew up around racing and from Daytona Beach. So we have like the Daytona 500 and 24 Hours of Daytona and stuff. So definitely very much a racing fan. So hopefully you all
Yeah,
feel like you're in good hands here.
Yeah, this is
Definitely
super
feel that.
cool. Like we have a pro racer designing our racing maps. Man, this is so cool.
Super cool, yeah.
All right, here we go.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not jinxing anything.
Suspense. Drum rolls.
There we go.
Yeah,
I
we
guess,
did it.
yeah.
We did it.
Yay!
And can I do this? Can I do this? Let it load for a second. Oh,
No.
No!
It's because I'm
F in
streaming.
the chat.
Because I'm streaming.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
I'll leave that as a little teaser for y'all. Y'all will get to play it eventually. So, I mean, we're definitely going to have it. You know, the goal is to have it playable for the next patch. So, it's going to be in, just as high of a phase as we can get it. And then, obviously it's going to go on to full pass. But yeah, it should be testable soon here. So for our testers, you can play it soon, and then give us your feedback and tell us what you think.
Nah, this is
Very
so cool.
cool.
Looking forward to try it.
Yeah.
Have some
Community
more.
getting involved super early in the process. These are super early sneak peeks on what's coming.
It's a lot of fun.
I love
Like it's something that got me into like video game design in the first place, was seeing stuff like this, of these early shots and just being like, oh wow, like I can do that. It's not like magic. It takes a lot of time and a lot of patience as well, and a lot of communication to get something like this out of this, and even just starting as this, a flat map as we call it, and just squares, rectangles, and then it ends up even looking like this, and this isn't even final version. It's still very much white box, mixture of gray box, very few high fidelity assets in here, like almost no game ready assets in here at all at the moment. So yeah, like that type of stuff to me was really cool, and definitely made me get into this years ago, 10 years ago now.
It's one of my favorite aspects of Star Atlas, is just how open the development is and how everyone can follow along with it. That is absolutely a favorite of mine. So thank you, Blake. Thanks for going over all this stuff, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me and being so supportive. There's Paizool. There she lies. And like one thing we were talking about was how cool it would be. Let me say how cool it would be if you could go in here and like watch a match. Just as you're walking around town, there's a match going on. You're going to walk through into the Coliseum and like chill in the grandstands and watch it. That'd be really neat. But yeah, only time will tell.
that experience. That social experience is something I'm really looking forward to. Like anything CSS related, really. I am so excited for when Season 0 comes and we can pick our land plots and the parcels and everything, and the commercial real estate starts being a thing. I think it was in the Spanish community where we were discussing it today, but we already see some of the land gameplay in some crypto games, like Web3 games, but it's not like AAA quality, right? Like you can buy land, but it's like pixels and stuff like that, which is already cool, but we have not seen like choosing land and building your own apartments and having your own place in a AAA quality environment like the Star Atlas Sony CSS. I think it's one of the things that I'm looking forward to the most in Star Atlas as a whole myself.
Yeah, same here. Same here. I mean, I feel like I'm building a game that I'm actually like craving to play, because there isn't really anything that offers this experience of like, just imagine you're hanging out here and you got all your friends, and like this is like an inn with a little shop is like the initial design behind this. So you can like go in here and there's like little beds and a little shop underneath here, and you can go and buy stuff, and you're just chilling. And then, actually, I didn't include any pictures of the bars. Dang. But yeah, we have like bars in here, and you can walk into the bar, and it's got like beer everywhere, and it looks like a real bar. And then like down on the front, where is it? Down along the front here, there's like chill areas for you, and there's like a bar there. And just, yeah, that neat social aspect of it. Yeah, there's a better picture of all the bars down along the front. And if y'all like when you do play the game, there's the mode to try Oni CSS, even though it's in kind of a it's definitely in a very early state, but you should definitely get in there, get lost, rummage around. Some of the buildings have interiors, some of them don't. But I've already started on the tier 2 interior. I think it's coming along pretty nicely. And yeah, just like get excited about it. Start like plotting out your land and figuring out where you want to live in here. There's tons of places to live, tons of houses, tons of variety. Yeah.
This is so cool.
So exciting, man. So exciting.
Yeah.
All right,
But
Blake.
wild.
You showed a lot, man. Really appreciate all the images and everything you brought for today.
Yeah, no problem.
Who agrees in the community that Blake should be a regular guest in the Atlas Brew? Every couple episodes.
Our fourth host.
Every couple episodes we get Blake and we just drop all the alpha when it comes to level design.
Yeah, Blake is like Brad.
Leak it
Whenever
all.
they come, cool things pop in our streams,
Yeah.
and we are happy.
True. Cool. All right. Yeah, Blake,
Yes.
man, thank you so much again. It's always a pleasure to stage, man.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, pleasure to be here with y'all. I feel honored, and I'm definitely very grateful for y'all to give me the time to do this.
Absolutely, man.
pleasure,
W's
man.
in the chat for Blake. W's in the chat for Blake, guys. Legend. Awesome. So yeah, guys, we will be closing here now. A lot to digest from there. I'm sure a lot of people will go to the recording and watch everything again. But thanks for everyone who joined. Let's spin up a server in Paizo's Arena or somewhere now, so we can get some deathmatch going or search or something. But yeah, so if you're staying for some UE5 games, see you live there at the build. So go, yeah, A-Gear. But if you're leaving, thank you so much for joining, and we'll see you tomorrow if you join the Builders monthly sync, and on Friday for the Gali game night. So thank you so much, everyone, and thank you, Blake, again. Dom, Jose, anything before we close?
Nothing, man. Blake killed it. That's it.
Just a
Appreciate it,
reminder for everyone, tomorrow we'll announce the town hall date, so pay attention. It's going to be huge. That's a lot.
Huge.
Huge. All right. Thanks, everyone.
All right. See y'all. Bye bye.
See you in the UE5 game.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
See you later.